What's up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to Everything Paranormal Podcast Show 2021, episode 72 for 2023 on your Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, or Saturday morning, whichever it may be. I'm your host, Paramedic, that gothic woman right there.
I'm Paralore.
That's right. We got some more stuff to go over that Paralore's been focusing on as much as she could. Yeah, could. What the hell? Can, meant to say. And I still have some of my stories to go through still. But I finally got something to work for our news page for our website soon. I don't know when it's going to come out. Still working on it, but it is coming. Finally got it to work correctly with certain codes. Of course, it's a pain in the ass. And I have been nonstop running around since this month's start.
We both have.
God, I am so drained. I'm surprised I'm here tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you guys are watching us from. Excuse me. So, yeah. Outside of that, over the weekend of last week, all the way up to Wednesday?
Yeah.
Of this week,
Mm-hmm.
I've been crunching so hard in the studio of rearranging stuff, getting rid of an ugly long thing that I used to have over here. Now I have something smaller. And then I realized it's still a little too far away from where I need to have something behind me. But I'll get to that sooner or later. We'll see. What else is there? Running around with our heads cut off ever since this month started, and we haven't stopped.
Well,
I was going to have a new intro because of this one, where at the end of it, where it explodes, like the car in the city explodes. You still got that stupid Wondershare thing at the end of it, which is ridiculous. I haven't had a chance to work on a new one because I've been so busy with Paralore reconstruction work going on around here. Ugh. So, Paralore's got some stuff that she has to go over.
mm-hmm.
And what else was there?
Herbs.
No. It was something else.
What?
Oh, new movies that are coming out that look stupid. Holy crap. And plus reboots again.
Of course.
I can't remember where I saw it exactly. I don't know if it was Google News or something else. But yeah. It's going to be fun. Outside of me still trying to learn how to use another program on another computer over this end and everything. And I still can't get it right. But that's supposed to be for my other show coming in spring, if that ever happens. But hey. So, you want to go first or should I?
I can go first.
Okay. Popping it over to the lovely gothic Paralore.
We're going into horror films. 20 modern horror movies that were instant classics upon release.
And I bet you some of them are probably going to be rebooted.
Let's find out. Horror movies can do a lot of things. They can scare, provoke, and keep us up at night. But they can also tell hidden truths about the world that they brought into. All of this is just to say that horror movies have a lot of impact on the audience that is viewing them. Some films have such an effect on an audience that the only way they can respond is by telling everyone they know about it. And sometimes that results in movies that are immediately codified into the larger film canon, what the Collins directory calls an instant classic. I have an itch. With the majority of the film discussion and discourse happening online, the conversations over what is an instant classic are ever present and quite contentious. Everyone has their favorite movie, but horror films are a different story. They invite more virolic and impassioned discussion, as the fan base is among the most dedicated and outspoken. Even still, there are some movies that even the most combative horror fans can agree on, and that will be our podcast key, one of them. And we've compiled some of those films here. Let's find out. Oh God, A Quiet Place.
And there's your answer.
I could not get into the movie A Quiet Place. For some reason, I just felt it was like nauseatingly slow. The directorial breakout of John Krasinski and the launching of a new franchise, A Quiet Place, was one of the biggest surprises of 2018. It made a whole boatload of money and caused a viral trend of people trying to complete the Quiet Place challenge. The film was a sensation in a way that few horror films managed to be. Krasinski's star to hit the stratosphere, and even included a few award wins for his writing and directing. A Quiet Place was an instant classic through and through, grossing 341 million at the box office on a measly 17 million dollar budget. It would be followed by a sequel in 2021 and an upcoming third film, a prequel starring Alex Wolff, Hereditary. Was the announcement of a fresh new talent on the scene in director, writer Ari Aster. His unique mix of family drama, occult imagery, and aggressively blunt visuals of condescended into 2018's other huge horror hit, Hereditary. Between the viral campaign to nominate Toni Collette for an Oscar for her performance in the film, to all the kids that did the clicking noise from the film. To say that this film's impact was big would be an understatement. All that anyone wanted to talk about in the summer of 2018 was Hereditary. The film will go on to gross $82.5 million on a $10 million budget and paved the way for Astor's future career as one of the most well-renowned horror directors of the current day. Malignant. Coming from the twisted mind of the man behind both Saw franchise figures and The Conjuring, which we'll get to, James Wan's Malignant was sort of a sleeper hit when it saw day and date release on HBO Max in theaters in late 2021. The film took a lot of cues from the films of Italian Galileo masters like Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento, while also having this odd slant into action horror that shows what Juan learned from directing Aquaman. Okay. This is all to say that Malignant was an odd mix and one that didn't necessarily appeal to general audiences. It did appeal, however, to horror lovers and film fans who quickly swooped the film up and heralded it as one of the freshest and craziest studio horror films in years. It doesn't say how much it made, nor how much the budget was.
Hmm.
Hush, an indie darling that got a lot of attention after being released on Netflix in 2016. Mike Flanagan's Hush is one of the best independent horror films of the 2010s. The lead character is of Maddie, played by Kate Siegel, is a deaf woman whose home is invaded by an indeterminately motivated killer. What ensues is a game of cat and death mouse that excites as much as it terrifies. Audiences gravitated toward the film because of ease of access via Netflix, but also because of how easily digestible its premise is. Luckily for us, the success of Hush has led to Mike Flanagan having a long and healthy career as the guy who makes all the most terrifying Netflix shows. I didn't find it okay. It was okay. Not my type of horror films, but it was okay. Midsummer. The second film from aforementioned horror favorite Ari Aster pivots its focus from suburban life and more toward the listlessness of someone's late 20s. Midsummer is one of those rare horror films that takes place in the daylight, but but it is still absolutely terrifying. Not that really. The show follows a group of young people as they take a trip to Sweden to take part of a midsummer festival, only to find that the group of religious leaders is actually a sinister cult that will tear them apart. The film has found a lot of fans through its thematic content, simultaneously taking on toxic masculinity, re- religious zealotry, white privilege, and a whole heap of other stuff. It's a dense text and one that horror films can't get enough of then and now. Midsummer made $48 million on an $8 million budget and allowed Astor to continue his meteoric rise as the Our House horror favorite. It follows. Okay, that was really stupid. I'm sorry if people like that. Ow. I'm sorry if people liked the movie It Follows. I found it quite stupid. While it saw a small but decently successful release in 2015, David Robert Mitchell's It Follows contributed to a whole heap of Gen Z becoming horror fans. The film is constantly grouped up with some of the other entries on this list as being the first in class of elevated horror. Scare movies that have an actual message or purpose behind that just showing death and bloodshed on screen. While this elevated moniker has certainly ushered in a new era of the genre and helped keep it evolving. It follows works on an even deeper level. Its terrifying examination of sexual discovery, societal pressure, and just how scary it can be to be a young person, especially for women. It Follows has influenced an entire generation of films and often gets cited as one of the best horror films of the country, which is undoubtedly fair. I still say it was stupid. The Witch. I actually saw that movie on Netflix. It wasn't that bad. Arriving on the scene with a boom, Robert Eggers' feature debut, The Witch, was another in the series of elevated horror films that made a huge impact in the middle of the 2010s. Eggers' vision of 1600s New England, rife with puritanical beliefs and occult happenings, was so striking that it launched his career into the stratosphere. While Eggers hasn't done anything as down and dirty as The Witch, as he's gone into the next phase of his career, his debut will always be discussed as one of the most assured and confident horror debuts of all time. The lead performance from Anya Taylor-Joy was a star-making performance. For that alone, the world is eternally grateful. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Trick or Treat, really? That is on this list? Seriously?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Mr. Reboot. Michael Daugherty's debut film might have never seen theatrical release back in 2007, but it sure has made an impact since then. If you're at all tuned into the horror world, you'll have seen the little bag covered face of lead antagonist Sam, whose appearance in the film Trick or Treat was enough to catapult the film to cult classic status. Uh-huh. The anthology film might not be to everyone's cup of tea, as it takes the piss out of a variety of horror tropes and flips them on their head, but it is assuredly a favorite amongst those who considered scary movies more than a hobby. Stupid. Get Out. It is there to say what is there to say about Jordan Peele's explosive debut directorial feature? It hasn't already been said. Get Out was a monumental moment in the film world when it came out in 2017, quickly becoming one of the most acclaimed films of that year, and leading Peele to a first time Oscar nomination and win for his screenplay. Conversations have inevitably happened about whether or not the film was overrated, especially as Peele's subsequent films haven't connected as much, though still very well, with broad audiences. Regardlessness, there's nary a film on this list that is more cemented as an instant classic than this one right here. Get Out was a roaring success on a level that horror movies rarely see, grossing $450 million on just a $4.5 million budget. The Cabin in the Woods. That was stupid. Represented as a new kind of horror film when it was released in 2011. The movie, directed by Drew Goddard and written by horror veteran Josh Whedon, was a disarming one for audiences. At first, the film presents itself as a tropey, cliche horror story, following a group of horny teenagers staying at a cabin in the woods who were terrorized by zombies. Which explains why I didn't bother. As soon as I saw the zombies in it, I was done. The film eventually develops into a satire about the very nature of creating a horror premise. The scientists we see controlling all the action behind the scenes make for a type of meta film we haven't seen up to that point, launching a new kind of horror fandom in its wake, which is self-aware of all the tropes and cliches. Cabin in the Woods is for sure an instant classic. I like to know what the person was smoking, putting Cabin in the Woods in this list. I mean, if you have it, I mean, come on. Everything that has freaking zombies have the same thing. You have a few survivors, and at the end of the movie, nobody survives. You've seen it once in one horror movie. It's in the same as the others. Raw. The debut of future Palme d'Or winner Julia Ducournau 2016's Raw was a confident announcement of talent, if there ever was one. When a young vegetarian girl goes to a veterinary school for her first semester, she is quickly brought into a circle of insular hazing and mistreatment. One such mistreatment happens when she is forced to eat meat, which ends up causing her to have insurmountable cravings. Cravings of which end up developing into full-blown hunger for human flesh. Cannibalism, anyone? I'm sorry, that's what it sounds like to me. Ducournau's film was controversial, but thematically rich and a big hit with fans of the new French extremity wave of films. If you want to see someone want to eat human flesh, go watch Hannibal or Silence of the Lambs. The same thing. Sinister. That wasn't bad. That was actually pretty decent. Scott Derrickson's breakout, Ethan Hawke's starring film Sinister, is one of those objects of fascination for many horror fans. It featured a really strong premise, horrifying visuals, and a unique voice and vision behind the camera. Of course, the unfortunate thing that happened is that Derrickson will go on to direct Doctor Strange and drop out of directing his sequel, depriving horror fans of his horror vision for almost a decade. The important thing, however, is that we'll always have Sinister to remember fondly, and his newest movie, The Black Phone, which is also good. Derrickson's depiction of the dissolution of family and obsession with real and fake behind the scene terrified audiences then and now. And The Conjuring. That would be the first one, which actually was really good. The woman who plays Lorraine Warren almost spit image of her. One of the most enduring, successful franchises in modern horror, James Wan's The Conjuring universe has changed the shape of horror for years to come. The first film in the franchise, before it ever had spin offs and multiple sequels, was a whirlwind of supernatural terror that gripped broad audiences and screamed in their faces. The story of the Warrens and their battle against the spirit that holds the grip of their home was one that many found to be just real enough to buy, even though the true story the film is based on is almost entirely fictionless. Leave it to Hollywood to freaking screw shit up. Regardless of the traction or lack thereof of its subsequent entries, The Conjuring will forever go down as one of the most influential and standout horror films of the 2010s, and possibly ever. Train to Busan, another zombie movie. Yay. One of those rare international crossover hits, Train to Busan, was a revolutionary film in the horror subgenre of zombie flicks. The genre reached such a point of oversaturation that it needed the jolt of lightning to stay alive, and Busan was that jolt. It not only introduced the whole American audience to power and tendency of new Korean wave of filmmakers, but also radiated interest in zombies as horror antagonists. Stupid. Um, I like to know who made this article so I could slap him. Babadook. Babadook is not a horror classic. I'm sorry. That was fucking stupid. And fucking boringly slow. Another one of the original elevated horror gems, Jennifer Kent's The Babadook, is a notable entry on this list. And not just because this is Jenna Ortega's character from Scream 5's favorite movie, as Loper points out. The Babadook was a real moment of horror filmmaking, especially in the independent space. It was a woman-directed horror movie whose villain, the titular Babadook, was actually a metaphor for the unbearable weight of responsibility and untreated mental illness. The reason it's so often touted as an elevated horror movie is because it was a lot of people's first exposure to the thematic brand of horror films, and it deserves to be recognized for that very feat. Not according to Dave Schrader. And not according to me. Don't Breathe. That was to me that was more of a thriller action than a horror film. Fede Alvarez debut feature Don't Breathe was, like many on this list, an announcement of something, though in his case, it was an announcement that horror could still be absolutely vile and disgusting, like it used to be. Don't Breathe was very little in common, has very little in common with most of the films on this list, because unlike those movies, it has no ultimate message or final purpose. Alvarez's film was nothing more than empty pro- provocation and disgusting violence, and it ruptured audiences for that very reason. It revived mainstream grindhouse cinema and brought forward an interesting new voice into the horror sphere. One that was a popular foil to the elevated horror authors of the time. A sequel came out in 2021 to middling responses, although a third film has been confirmed for Stephen Lang returning. Mandy. Beginning of Nicolas Cage renaissance that we've been witnessing in recent years, Panos Cosmatos, earthbending psychedelic masterwork Mandy, has enraptured horror fans ever since it came out. Featuring one of the most freakish and disquieting performances of Cage's career, and a blindingly beautiful visual style. Mandy is the type of movie you can't just look at. There's also a chainsaw duel at one point in the film, which might be the coolest thing ever to put to film. I don't think so. While technically a cult movie and a great one at that, I don't know about all of that. The core of the film is a love story, and isn't that what we all went from our blood-soaked psychedelic horror movies? You're Next. An underrated slasher film through and through, 2011's You're Next is one of the best horror comedies of the 2010s, and often doesn't get enough credit from general audiences. If you're at all tuned into the horror sphere, this film will be overly familiar to you, but a recommendation is always worth passing along. It has badass final girl and main character Aaron, a twisty, turny murder mystery plot, and a wickedly dark sense of humor. Strangers. Claimed to be based on a true story, 2008's The Strangers has been one of those films that even non-horror fans cite as one of the most terrifying things they've ever seen. It turns out that if you make a film predicated upon the invasion of one place everyone hopes they'll be safe, their homes, they'll make them very uncomfortable in that place. The Strangers is thoroughly creeped everyone out that it ended up getting a long awaited sequel in 2018, with 3 more films planned to release in the coming years. There'll be a lot of home invasion content to scare the generations to come, but the first one will always hold a special place in the hearts of many for preying upon fears they didn't even know they had. Drag Me to Hell is a classic. That was stupid. Last but certainly not least, we have the last horror film at the time of writing, made by Evil Dead creator and all-around maniac Sam Raimi. Sam, I'd love to see what the fuck possessed you to make Drag Me to Hell. Because that was stupid. A wonky and uncomfortable mix of gross out horror and black as night humor. Drag Me to Hell is a thrill ride through the darkest and most disgusting impulses of Raimi's mind. While it may have a goofiness to it at heart, it doesn't mean it's a casual watch in any way. Audiences in 2009 might not have grabbed onto it immediately, but as usual, the horror fans definitely did, being used to Raimi's particular mix of horror and comedy certainly helped. But it was also the correct diffusion from the current trends of horror at the time, with everything around Drag Me to Hell was either torture, porn, or found footage. It definitely stood out and made a huge impression. I don't know about that. I need a drink. Ugh. Here's some more, I think. Let me check real quick here. Nope, not what I thought it was. Okay. Now, I wonder where Gloria is.
It says two are watching.
That'll be us.
No, there's somebody else, and it's
Oh.
not me.
Okay, we're gonna go into the herbs where we left off at the peas. Palm, date, fertility, potency, focus, and divination. Palo Santo. If you feel you have been cursed, rub this herb on your body and then bathe. That's it. Pansy. Pansy. Love, rain magic, more love, divination.
That's a saying.
I know. It's
A
also a flower.
pansy.
It's also a flower. Papaya.
That's a fruit.
Love, protection. Hang twigs of papaya wood over a door to keep out evil. Eat papaya with a loved one to intensify your love. Mix papaya leaves with mandrake and burn or use in the bath to reverse hexes and jinxes. Paprika,
Ugh.
used to add energy to any spell or mixture. Throw in someone's yard to cause some problems. Also called African pepper, bird pepper, chili pepper, goat's pod, grains of paradise, red pepper, sweet pepper, Tabasco pepper, Zanzibar pepper, and capsicum. Papyrus, protection. Borosella, hunting. Parsley, that's definitely a topping and an herb. Love, protection, purification. Calms and protects the home, draws prosperity, financial increase, and luck. Restores a sense of well being. Use its spells to increase strength and fidelity after surgery or illness. Use in amulets or other magical workings to help yourself out of a rut. Eat to provoke lust to promote fertility. Place on plates of food to guard against contamination. Useful for bath magic to purify and end misfortune. Mix with jasmine and carry in your shoe to make you more attractive to the opposite sex. I'm sorry, if you're carrying something in your shoe and you have your feet on it, how's that supposed to be attractive to the opposite sex?
Here's your answer.
Parsnip, male sex magic. I didn't stutter. Passion flower, peace, sleep, friendship. Magical uses include attracting friendships and prosperity and heightening libido. Carry to bring great popularity and attract new friends. Placed in house to calm trouble and arguments and bring peace. Used as a wash to diminish disagreements and stress. I don't know about that. Placed beneath pillow to promote sleep. Bathe in a diffusion of passion flower for 5 days to attract the opposite sex. Also called passion vine, granadilla, maracoc, maypops, purple passion flower, grandilla. Patchouli, which is an incense stick. Money, fertility, lust. Use spells, sachets, baths, and mixtures for money and love. Put in a wallet or purse to draw money. Place in a charm or use in incense for fertility. Helps to ground you and bring your consciousness back to the physical level. Burn to bring business growth. Puchapat. It's also called puchapat. Pod Pod d'Arco. Magical uses include for the ritual healing of severe diseases. Uh, that may be just belief. Also called Wapachulo, Tahibu, and Padarko. P, as in the vegetable, money and love. Peach, love, exorcism, longevity, fertility, wishes, and wisdom. Eating peaches induces love. Wear a peach pit to keep away evil. Carry peach wood for longevity. Use peach pits or dried fruit in amulets and sachets for fertility and love. Pear, which is a fruit, another fruit. Lust, love. Eating pears induces love. Use dried fruit in amulets and sachets for love and lust. Let's see. Pearl moss. Sprinkle across the doorway of a home to allow only good spirits to enter. Peat moss. Protection. Pecan. Money, employment, success, job security, and career matters. To ensure that you do not lose your job, shell a small amount of pecans. While eating them, slowly visualize yourself working and enjoying your job. Take the shells to work and place them where they won't be found or removed. Pennyroyal. Strength, protection, peace. Magical uses include peace and tranquility. Carried to avoid seasickness or for physical strength and endurance. Worn to bring success to business. Used to rid the home of negative thoughts against you. Carry when dealing with negative vibrations of any kind. Place on a candle before or during uncomfortable meetings. Also called tickweed, squaw mint, stinking balm, thickweed, mosquito plant, squaw balm, lurk in the ditch, run by the ground. Peony, protection, exorcism, protection from hexes and jinxes, good luck, good fortune, prosperity, and business success. Hang in the home or car for protection. Used to attract fairies, the ones with the wings. Use in rituals to cure or reduce lunacy. I don't know about that one. Warning, while the flowers and petals have the positive qualities listed, the seed is called Jumby Bean and is known for promoting dissension and strife. Pepper, black pepper, protection, exorcism, courage, banishing negative vibrations, Burn to rid home or office of bad vibrations. Carry to ward off petty jealousy against you or aiding in providing courage to face difficult situations. Also called Piper. Peppermint. Purification, sleep, love, healing, psychic power. Used to increase the vibrations of a space or in spells and incense for healing and purification. Sleep in Place in sleep pillow to ensure peaceful sleep and bring about prophetic dreams. Used to anoint furnishings and household objects. Burned in a new home to clear out sickness and negative energy. Use in magical workings to provide the push needed to bring change to one's life. Carried with other herbs to boast love and abundance wishes. Also called brandy mint and lament. Pepper tree. Purification, healing, protection. Periwinkle. Love, lust, mental powers, money, protection. Love within marriage, mental powers, and money. Care to obtain grace, attract money, and protect against snakes and poison. I'm not sure on this protecting against snakes and poison part.
Oh my gosh.
Use and magical workings to restore lost memory. Burned with love incense before having sex with your husband or wife. Caution! Can't be poisonous. Also called sorcerer's violet. Persimmon. Changing sex. Healing luck.
Wait a minute. Did you just say changing sex?
Yes.
Sex as in changing one from one thing to another, or position sex?
That I don't know. I've never heard of that one. I've heard of persimmon, but not that characteristic.
Mm, I just had to come in that one
It's okay.
just to try to find out which one is which.
Plotweed protection. Let me see here. Pimento, love. Pikaki? Pikaki.
Mm.
Draws comfort, prosperity, success, and well being. Pettigrain, protection. Pimpernel, protection, health. Pine, healing, fertility, protection, exorcism, money. Promotes clean breaks, new beginnings, prosperity, success, strength, grounding, and growth. Also used for cleansing, purification, and repelling negativity. Great for house and business blessings. Pine. I already said pine. Pineapple. Luck, money, chastity. Add an infusion of pineapple to the bath to attract luck. Pink root. Healing. Also called Indian pink, Maryland pink, worm grass, worm root, and star bloom. Pink rosebuds. Divine, emotional, and thinking love. Start with these to build a long-lasting relationship. Pipsissequa. Pipsissewa. Pipsissewa. That's all how I can pronounce it. Money, spirit calling, pistachio. Ugh. Breaking love spells. Plantain. Healing, protection, strength, snake, repelling. I'm not so sure on that. Protection from evil spirits, snake bites. Again, not sure on that. Removing weariness, healing headaches. House and business blessings. Place a pinch of dried leaves in the flame of a candle or throw into an east wind for healing. Hang plantain leaves in the car for protection from evil and jealousy. Pleasery root for healing, also called butterfly weed, wind root, Canada root, silk weed, orange swallowwort, tuber root, white root, phlox root, Escopipus. Plum, healing, peace and love. Plumeria, love. Also promotes persuasiveness, eloquence, and success in dealing with people. Attracts the notice of others. Also called graveyard flowers, Malta, and temple tree. Pokey root, or as known as pokey. Courage, hex breaking. Attributes includes lost objects, breaking hexes and curses. Carry to increase courage. Add an infusion to poke root to bathwater to break hexes. Also called Haitolaka and Shang Lu. Pomegranate. Divination, divination, luck, wishes, wealth, fertility. Pomegranate is also a fruit. Poplar, money, flying. Poppy, fertility, love, sleep, money, luck, invisibility. Also called opium poppy and moss seed. Poppy seeds, pleasure, heightens awareness, luck, love, invisibility. A popular ingredient in food magic. Placed in a pillow stuffed with poppy seeds to bring relief from insomnia. That's more of a superstition and a belief. I don't know anyone that stuffed a pillow with poppy seeds and got instant relief for insomnia. Also called opium poppy and moss seed.
Yeah, which can get you arrested.
Potato. Image magic. Healing. Money. Luck. Prickly ash. Love. Prickly ash bark. Magical uses include safe travel, fertility, removing spells, and breaking hexes. Also called toothache tree, yellow wood, solderberry. Primrose. Protection, love. Also promotes the disclosure of secrets, resolution of mysteries, and revelation of truth. Breaks down dishonesty and secrecy. Put infusion of in a child's bathwater or a dried herb in their pillows to get them to behave. Um, as a mother myself, that does not work. You gotta be firm if you want your kid to listen to you. Also called English cowslip, butter rose, and password. Pumpkin, lunar magic, pumpkin seed, health, purslane, sleep, love, luck, protection, happiness. Quassia, love. Mix with a snippet of hair from yourself and your lover, with his or her permission, of course. With Quiza chips, burn and keep the ashes in a small bottle to preserve the love. Quince, protection, love, happiness. Carry quince seeds in a red flannel bag to protect against physical attacks and harm. Use quince seeds in charms and spells pertaining to love, protection, and happiness. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take a break so I can have a smoke.
Reviews. I got some stories myself.
Okay.
Now, in the last episode, we were talking about Bigfoot
Mm-hmm.
and how somebody's had a Bigfoot head frozen from 1950s.
Yeah.
Well, here's another Bigfoot story. The most famous Bigfoot sighting is the name of the thing. And it says Bigfoot or Sasquatch is one of North America's most enduring legends. The scientific community largely dismisses the idea of a large, unknown ape like creature sauntering through the forest because there's never been any hard evidence that such an animal exists. But yet, there's people out there that have already debunked that
Yeah.
already. They have found evidence of Bigfoot, just haven't really seen a Bigfoot unless they really have, but they're still trying to figure that part out. Nonetheless, there have been thousands of reported eyewitness accounts over the last half century from people all over the United States and Canada. The Canucks have ringed in. Here are some of the most famous Bigfoot sightings. William Woe Encounter, and it's ROE for the last name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
In 1955, yeah, I bet that motherfucker's blinker's been going on since 1955, going to the left. One of the most famous Bigfoot sightings allegedly occurred on Mika Mountain in British Columbia in 1955 when a man called William Roe, ROE, claimed he saw a partially human and partly animal creature while hiking. He swore in affidavit in 1957, 2 years later, that the creature was about 6 feet, 1.8 meters tall, and covered in brown, silver tipped hair with thick arms reaching down to its knees, broad feet, and breasts. According to the Alberta Sasquatch Organization's website.
Uh-huh.
Did this guy see a female Sasquatch or a Bigfoot with tits?
I don't know.
Goes on saying, in quotations, as I watched this creature, I wondered if some movie company was making a film at this place and that that what I saw was an actor made up to look partly human and partly animal. Rowe wrote in his 1957 affidavit. But as an observer, as I observed it more, I decided it would be impossible to fake such a specimen. Ooh, hello. We have a love from Jade Campbell.
Yes,
Thank
we
you,
do.
Jade.
Thank you, Jade.
That would be from our Facebook page.
Yep.
Surprised that thing actually works now. Although I was about to get rid of it. I think I still am too. I'm not sure. We'll talk about that on somewhere down the road. According to the Abomination Science, or I'm sorry, ABOMINABLE Science Origins of the Yeti, Nessie, and other famous cryptids. All in quotations. Columbia University Press in 2013 Roe ape-like sighting marks a change from earlier Sasquatch accounts in British Columbia, which repeatedly described Sasquatch as a giant-sized indigenous person. In other words, it was the birth of modern Bigfoot. Though the name wouldn't emerge for another year, scientists argue that eyewitness testimony isn't always reliable. So, this and other sightings are not conclusive evidence. Way to kick some people in their nuts, scientists. Albert Ostman abduction in 1924. Prospector Albert Ostman claimed that he spent around a week with a Bigfoot family near Toba Inlet, British Columbia in 1924. Ostman was camping alone when he says he was scooped up in his sleeping bag by a Papa Bigfoot and taken to meet Mama Bigfoot and two Bigfoot children. Osmond was supposedly held captive by the family, but said he eventually escaped when Papa Bigfoot ate Osmond's chewing tobacco and fell ill. According to a retelling of the story in anthropologist David D. Book's Bigfoot Exposed, an anthropologist examines America's enduring legend from the Alt Maria Press in 2004. Osman's description of his captors are similar to that of Rowe's 1957 account. However, Mr. D points out in his book that even though Osman said the encounter took place in 1924, he didn't write it down until 1957. After he heard Rowe's tale, so he may have been inspired or influenced by Rowe. To me, it sounds like a crackerjack trying to look for money because he's too stupid to work.
Yeah.
And wanted to cash in on this. Besides, if the freaking Bigfoot snatched your ass up,
you'd be dead.
You'd be dead. I'd rather deal with a Kodiak bear. Patterson Gimlin film from 1967. What is likely the most famous Bigfoot sighting was caught on camera in 1967. The Patterson Gimlin film is a minute-long video that appeared to show a female Bigfoot, later nicknamed Patty. Okay. A female Bigfoot, later nicknamed Patty. What kind of torpedoes did she have on her? Walking through a clearing in Northern California, the film is still often held up by Bigfoot believers as the best piece of evidence for the creature's existence. I think Aaron Sagers would probably have a different point of view of that.
Probably.
The scientific community has overwhelmingly dismissed the film as showing a person wearing a costume. Oh, so these scientific communities are debunking something that obviously they don't know how to investigate first before making an ass out of themselves. Fucking Orange. Aaron Segers would have jumped on this shit like a fly on a rice horse and doing all the investigation that he can and see if it's real. Cool. We have a female titty Sasquatch. Big tits. Or if not, you guys just probably caught some kind of goofy bear or something.
Mm.
Jeffrey Meldrum, Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and anthropology at Ohio State University and author of Sasquatch Legends Meets Science by Forge Books in 2007 is one of the few scientists to publicly back the film and the existence of Bigfoot. Whoa, there's a twist.
Mm-hmm.
A professor of anatomy and anthropology the Idaho State University and author of the Sasquatch Legends Meets Science book in 2007 believes the film. Now, my only question is, did he actually examine the film thoroughly? Did he see any type of editing? Did he see a script from the producer? Questions out there, but according to this, Jeffrey has debunked it, saying it was fucking real. Meldrum told Live Science that not only is he convinced the film is real, but believes it's grown more credible over time. The Creature's Walk was criticized in the 1960s for being too human, but Meldrum argues that subsequently scientific discoveries such as Lucy, an extinct 3.2 million year old human ancestor, reveal our ape like ancestors walked upright, so there's now a scientific justification for the creature's human like gait.
Mm-hmm.
And that's GAIT. Yeah, it would go all the way back to the time that the fucking dinosaurs were here. And fucking cavemen and cave women and fucking apes. And if I'm wrong in my history, because history sucked for me, please let me know in the comments. And I'll read them up on here. What you see on that film is exactly how we envision something like a robust, I can't even say this goddamn word, but I'll spell it, AUSTRALOPITHECINE to look, Meldrum said. It's almost as if now the science has finally caught up to this whole phenomenon of Bigfoot. I wonder what Aaron Segers would say about this.
Don't know.
Meldrum noted that features visible on the film, such as the proportions of the face, matched up with early humans, such as Oh, good Lord, I can't say this. So I'm not going to try to spell this whole thing because this is ridiculous. A species, you guys can read it on the website. Don't worry. A species that lived around 2.3 million years ago to 1 million years ago, according to the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. The size of the creature in the film is estimated to be between around 6 feet to 7 feet, which is 1.8 to 2.1 m if you're a Canuck. There is a video, but unfortunately we can't play it here, which sucks, but you can go to the website and check it out. And this story is like huge. So I will have this story on the news page of our website when it's up and ready. And it will have the main title, a little bit of information. If you want to read the whole thing yourself, there will be a PDF file that is downloadable or readable on your computer from the website, free of charge. If I can get the X here. Okay. I know in previous shows I've talked about shipwrecks, discoveries of ships, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, here's a 200-year-old shipwreck discovered by divers. Crew's fate revealed. And of course, this thing has 21 photos to it, so that means there's 21 pages of a story to it. I'll read a little bit of it, but I'm not going to get to the whole thing because I have more to do. In 1845, the English warship HMS Terror was lost in the deep ocean. First launched in the water in 1813, the vessel played a role in the War of 1812 before being converted into an Arctic expedition ship. On this journey to the Arctic, the HMS Terror sank and got lost in time. Almost 200 years later, a group of divers stumbled upon the wreck. Here is what they found. HMS Terror and HMS EREBUS set sail from England in 1854 to explore the Arctic. The goal of the expedition was simple. Nothing's ever simple when you're trying to drive a fucking boat. Continue to map the Northwest Passage while gathering magnetic data. Sounds like something for scientists to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't know we would have scientists all the way back in 1845.
We would.
The reality of how difficult the expedition was, however, was unprecedented. There were an estimated 130 crew members between both ships, all being led by Arctic explorer Sir John Franklin. Both ships were lost, and no one ever made it back home to tell their tale. Why do I not remember that from history class? Probably. Oh, that's right, because history was fucking weird in the first place. Wasn't real history. Knowing the expedition ahead was going to be long and dangerous, the HMS Terror and the HMS EREBUS, were both made as safe as possible. Now, each ship had enough food for 3 years, iron covered hulls, steam engines, and top of the line scientific equipment. The polar expedition was one of the most well equipped to ever leave the shores of England. The last time either ship was seen was 3 months later. So, what went wrong? Both those ships became the fucking Titanic. After being lost, there were multiple attempts made to find the missing ships. To no avail. Wah, wah. As the years passed, it seemed less and less likely the remains of HMS Terror would ever be found. Still, scientists couldn't let the mystery go unsolved. How could two of the most well equipped explorators vessels in the English fleet go missing? Titanic. What happened to them? Scientists needed to find the answers, and eventually their patience would pay off. Titanic. That's how those two ships became. Finally, after over a century, the HMS EBERUS was found in 2014. The year we moved out of our own home state. That sucks to hear.
And it sucks here.
Yes. Beneath the Canadian Arctic Ocean. To the Canucks, that would be the CAO section. 2 years later, in 2016, when I had my fucking tuner, the HMS Terror was located. The mystery didn't end here, though. The ships still had secrets, like what happened to their crews. Upon searching the wreckage of the ships, not a single set of remains from a single crew member was found. They got eaten by jaws. I can't believe I just said that. Jaws got hungry. That indicated that everyone on board was forced to abandon their ships. But for what reason? The ships became Titanic and Jaws was hungry. As scientists began to explore the wreckage, they were able to piece together clues indicating that before the ships sank, they were stuck in the ice. It was getting trapped that likely made the crew abandon the boats. Still, one mystery remains. There was no damage to the HMS Terror to indicate why the ship would have sank or sunk. There were no hull breaches, but from the way the ship landed, it was clear that it had sunk swiftly and without warning. Fucking Titanic. Jaws got hungry, ate some wood. Another strange clue indicating that the ships never should have sunk was the placement of their propeller. During winter, a mechanic, or sorry, mechanicism would be used to lift it out of the water to avoid freezing. The propeller on the HMS Terror was in the down position, indicating it likely sunk in the spring. Okay, so let's see. Spring's usually nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the temperature like back there if it could avoid freezing water?
Don't know.
And how can a propeller proportion just go from being like this to like this?
Don't know.
Hmm. During spring, weather conditions wouldn't be nearly as severe as winter. Yeah, no shit. Would a dive crew be able to uncover clues to solve the mystery? Probably, maybe, probably not. They're looking for something else. Payment. Payment that they find and they tell you, fuck you. As you already know, no remains of any crew member or members were discovered at the spot of the wreckage. With so many years having passed since the HMS Terror sank, scientists could only piece together clues from an accounts of previous explorers. The fate of the crew was discovered during a series of expeditions from 1848 to 1866. These investigations discovered that while every crew member made it off the ships, no one survived the harsh weather and lack of food as they tried to traverse to Fort Resolution for safety. Yeah, guess what? Jaws ate them. That's it. Jaws ate them. You go in the water with a boat, you're in the biggest kitchen ever for Jaws. Between the HMS Terror's sinking and discovery in 2016, some artifacts from crew members were found. The most valuable piece was a piece of paper that was the only physical record of the ship's wrecks. The captain of the Terror, Francis Coger, wrote the letter. The shaky and clearly rushed letter explains that the crews abandoned their ships on April 22nd and only 105 remained 3 days later. This was the last correspondence written by the captain. And there will be more on the website when it comes out.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to get you back.
Radish. Protection, lust.
Radish as in horseradish or radish as in radish?
Radish.
Ugh, nasty.
Ragweed. Courage. Ragwort. Protection. Used in charms to ward off evil spirits associated with fairies. The ones with the wings. Raspberry. Protection. Love. Raspberry leaf. Used for healing, protection, love. Raspberries are carried, not eaten, by pregnant women to reduce the pain involved in pregnancy and childbirth. Um, Not so sure on that one. Bathe in an infusion of raspberry to keep your current love relationship alive.
Now, with raspberries, we know that raspberry is usually a fruit.
Yep.
It usually in a salad sometimes, which I
Mm-hmm.
have seen Italians do, and I still don't understand why. And I'm only half Italian. I still don't understand why they put raspberries in fucking salads. No offense.
It's okay.
Paralor's full Italian, and she doesn't even do that. But I still can't understand why the fuck they do that. Raspberries usually a jam or a drink. Uh, let's see what else is there. There's, I think, lotions, shampoos. I think there was an insect stick before
Yeah.
of raspberries,
Mm-hmm.
and I know they're not poisonous.
No.
But for this one here, I'm thinking this raspberry is kind of poisonous.
No.
Is what I'm thinking.
It's not poisonous.
Oh, okay. So it's just a regular raspberry that we all can eat.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to throw that in there.
It's okay. Red clover.
Red clover, bend over.
Magical uses include fidelity, love, money, protection, and the blessing of domestic animals. Carried to aid in financial arrangements. Sprinkle around the home to remove negative spirits. Also called cleaver grass, marl grass, cow grass, trefoil, purple clover, and wild clover. Red willow bark. Magical uses include meditation and clearing. Fabulous incense wood with the sweet and dry aroma. Rattlesnake root. Protection, money. Rhubarb, which is a pie. Protection, fidelity. Rice, which is a grain. You eat it. Protection, rain, fertility, money. Used in money spells and fertility charms. Roots, protection, power, divination. Rose, love, psychic powers, healing, more love, divination, luck, protection. Magical uses include divine love, close friendships, domestic peace and happiness, and lasting relationships. Great for use in incense, potpourri, or bath magic, which is what I use.
Potpourri, no. It's got a nasty smell to it. Trust me.
Place around sprains and dark bruises to help them heal faster. Rose geranium averts negativity, especially in the form of gossip or false accusations. Rose hips, used in healing spells and mixtures, brings good luck, calls in good spirits.
And also the name of a drag queen.
Rosemary, protection, love, lust, mental powers, exorcism, purification, healing, sleep, youth. Carried and used in healing poppets for good health. Used in love and lust spells. Worn to improve memory. Used in dream pillows to prevent nightmares. Burned as incense for purification and removing negativity. Wear or carry while reading or completing tasks to improve memory of material and aid clear thinking. Great for students. Use an infusion of rosemary to wash hands before any healing magic. Used in bath magic for purification. Associated with fairies. The ones with the wings. Also called elf leaf, sea dew, polar plant, guard robe, compass weed, dew of the sea, Mary's cloak, Stella Maria, star of the sea, and incensier. Rowan. Psychic powers, healing, protection, power, success. Anti-haunting. Use leaves and berries and amulets for healing, promoting psychic powers. Also good for use in luck spells and mixtures. Rowan wood is often used to make wands and divining rods. Also called mountain ash, delight of the eye, quickbane, ran tree, rowanberry, Thor's helper, witch bark, wiccan tree, wild ash, and witchwood. Rue. Healing, health, mental powers, exorcism, love. Magical uses include healing, health, mental powers, freedom, protection against the evil eye. Used as an asperger to cast salt water for purification of the circle or removing negativity from the home. Hang the dried herb indoors to help yourself see and understand your mistakes. Burn to banish negativity or bad habits. Add to incenses and poppets to prevent illness speed recovery. Add to baths to break hexes and curses that may have been placed against you. Warning, brew should not be handled by women who are pregnant.
Poisonous?
Now,
Oh.
just, I don't know, gives difficult delivery, I guess. Also called herb of grace, herby grass, garden rue, mother of herbs, rue, and goat's rue. Rye, love, fidelity, and self-control. Safflower, mixed with jinx incense to cause destruction to an enemy. Not recommended. Rub on the inside of the knees to attract exciting sexual encounters. Saffron, love, healing, happiness, wind raising, lust, strength, psychic powers.
Also a seasoning.
Yep. Aphrodisiac, love, healing, happiness, wind raising, lust, and strength. Burn, wear, or carry for healing and strengthening psychic awareness. Commonly used in love magic, healing spells, and to control the weather. Wash hands with water and saffron to keep saffron sachets in your home to bring happiness. Also called kumkuma, saffron, Kizar, autumn caracas, Spanish saffron, dyer's saffron, thistle saffron, bastard saffron, American saffron, and parrot's corn. Sage, immortality, longevity, wisdom, protection, wishes. Used for self-purification and dealing with grief and loss. I don't know.
That sounds sketchy.
It does. Carried to improve mental ability and bring wisdom. Used in healing sachets and incense. Promotes spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health and longevity. Removes negative energy. Placed near a personal object of a person who is ailing when performing healing spells or rituals. Write a wish on the sage leaf and place it under your pillow for 3 nights. If you dream of your wish, it will come true. If not, bury the leaf in the ground so that no bad will come to you. Also called garden sage, white sage, red sage, sage. Sage brush, purification, exorcism. Salt petri. For women who do not want their partners to have outside relationships, stop sexual tension. Also called saltpeter. St. John's wort. Health, power, protection, strength, love, divination, happiness. Sandalwood. Protection, healing, exorcism, spirituality. Scatter sandalwood powder around the home to clear it of negativity. Burn during protection, healing, and exorcism spells. Use the wood for healing wands. Write your wish on a chip of sandalwood and burn it in the center of in the censer or cauldron while visualizing your wish to make it come true. Helps in healing by ailing the chakras for better energy flow. Good for meditation, healing, manifestation. Facilitates concentration. Also called sandal, santal, white saunders, white sandalwood, red sandalwood, and yellow sandalwood. Syndical, used for safety and travel. Also called sand seal. American cynical. Black snake root, wood cynical, pool root, butterwort, and alum root. Sarsaparilla, love, money, sexual fidelity, health, love, money. Mix with sandalwood and cinnamon and sprinkle around the home or businesses to draw money. Alleged to prolong life, hinder premature aging, excite passions, and improve virility when worn or carried. Also called black creeper, sariva, Kulazur, Dud Hilata, Shugandai, red sarsaparilla, tu fu ling, and dwi patra. Sassafras,
Sassafras. Except for sassafras.
health, money, and overcoming addiction. Placed in wallet or purse to attract money and make the money you have go farther. Used as a prosperity incense. Added to sachets for healing. Also called agu tree, cinnamon wood, sassafras,
Sassafras.
saloweep. Savory summer, mental powers, sensuality, sexuality, and passion. Great for sex magic. Saw palmetto berries. Magical uses include healing, protection, exorcism, passion, and spiritual openings. Also called dwarf palm tree, cabbage palm, Sabel cerulata, skullcap, love, fidelity, peace. That was my hand. Worn by women to keep their husbands faithful. Placed used in sleep pillows for relaxation and peace. Used to bind oaths and consecrate vows and commitments, hand washing, initiations, etc. Used in bath magic to calm the aura of tensions and stress. Burned for relief of disharmony and disruptive situations. Place a pinch of lover's shoes in a lover's shoes to keep them from being affected by charms of others. Also called woodwort, quicker bonnet, helmet flower, European skullcap, greater skullcap, American skullcap, blue skullcap, blue pimpernel, woodwort, hooded willow herb, side flowering skullcap, mad dogweed, madweed, helmet flower, and hoodwort. Sea salt. Uses include cleansing crystals, purification, grounding, protection magic, and ritual. Used on the altar to represent the earth. Used with water for asperging, sea spells, consecration, and casting circles. Used garlic and rosemary to banish evil. Senna. Senna.
Oh.
Love. Magical uses include all matters of lust and love. Enhances tact and diplomacy. Bathe with your mate in an infusion of senna to ensure faithfulness. Also called Cenapod, Raja Rickshaw, Fan Zia Yi, American senna, locust plant, wild senna, and Fan Zi Yi. Some of these are Asian. Sesame. Money, money, lust. Shallot, purification. Magical uses include snake charming and fertility. Placed in the bedroom to increase fertility. Also called scouring rush, eloquist tum, pewterwort, corn cob plant, bottle brush, horsetail, Dutch raisins, paddock pipe, that's shave grass, shallots, and infusion of shallots to the bath for luck, sheep sorrel, carry to protect against harpies disease. Not sure on that. Placed in sick rooms to aid in recuperation from illnesses and wounds. Shepherd's purse, healing. Also called mother's heart, shepherd's purse / heart, cocoa wort, pickpocket, toy wort, pick purse, St. James weed, St. James wort, St. Anthony's fire, peppergrass, case wort, and permaceti. Skunk cabbage, legal matters, slippery elm, Holt's gossip, includes protection as well. Tie a knotted yellow thread around slippery elm and throw it into a fire to cease all gossip about you. Also called red elm, moose elm, sweet elm, Indian elm. Slew, exorcism, protection, snake root, luck, money, snake root, black, love, lust, and money. Snap, dragon. Protection, exorcism, and purification. Snowdrop, passing of sorrow. Solomon's seal, protection, exorcism. Magically used for protection and cleansing. Used in offertory incense. Used to bind magical workings and keep sacred oaths and promises forever binding. Carry an amulet or sachet for all-purpose protection. Use in protection magic to exorcise spirits and ward off negative influences and demons. Keep on altar to promote success in all rituals. Sprinkle an infusion of the root to drive away evil. Also called Lady Seals, St. Mary's Seal, Sigillum, Sacte Mariae, Scree di Solomon. Sorrel wood, healing, health. Southern wood, love, lust, protection. Spanish moss, protection. Protection, opening blockages and dispel negativity. Sow thistle, increases strength and stamina, repels witches. No, it doesn't. It provides invisibility from enemies. Spearmint, healing, love, mental powers. protection while sleeping. Burn for healing magic, especially for respiratory conditions. Carry for healing. Used in ritual baths for strength and fidelity. Write a wish on paper and wrap it in spearmint leaves. Place in a red cloth and sew with red thread. Then keep in a safe and secret place. By the time the scent is gone, your wish should have come true. Also called garden mint, mackerel mint, Our Lady's mint, green mint, spire mint, lamb mint, yerba buena, sage of Bethlehem, and fish mint. Spiderwort, love. Spikenard, love. Wearing a sachet around the neck to bring luck and ward off illness. It is said that wedding a picture of a loved one in an infusion of spikenard will keep them close to you. Also called Spignet, Life of Man, Penny Morel, Old Man's Root, Indian Root, Bitter Root, Nard, and Nardot. Squill. Wait. Squavine, sorry. Magical uses include all matters of fertility and childbirth. Pregnant women can add an infusion of squavine to bathwater once a week to protect the unborn child from jealousy. Squill root. Money, protection, hex breaking. To draw money, place in a container with a dime, a quarter, and a dollar, and say a prayer for prosperity. There's more for St. John's wort. Born to prevent colds and fevers. Place under pillow to induce prophetic, romantic dreams. Protects against all forms of black magic. Place in a jar in a window or burn in a fireplace to protect from lightning, fire, and evil spirits. Used for banishing, protection, and blessing. Carried to strengthen courage and convictions or when confronting nasty situations. Burn to banish spirits and demons. Used in divination for the cure of crystals. Note, used with caution, it can be poisonous. Also called St. John's wort, goat weed, herbajohn, Collimoth weed, Tipton weed. Star anise, psychic powers, luck. Burned as incense to increase psychic awareness and abilities. Placed on the altar to increase the power generated, carried to bring luck. Also called Chinese anise and anise star. Stilenja, psychic powers. Straw, luck, image magic. Straw flower, luck, longevity, and protection. Used in magic to get the effects to last. The flower is samine, signifying the transition from one type of life to the other. Used with caution, poisonous. Strawberry, love, luck, attracts success, good fortune, and favorable circumstances. Served as a love food. Leaves are carried for luck. Pregnant women carry a packet of the leaves to ease the pain of pregnancy and childbirth. That's superstition. Sugar cane, love, lust, and sympathy. Sugar, love spells, sex magic. Sulfur powder, dispels and prevents a hex on you, destroys an enemy's power over you. Also called brimstone. Sun bull, love, luck, health, psychic powers. Sunflower, fertility, wishes, health, wisdom, energy, protection, power. Sweet bugle, crush and place under the mattress to attract love and marriage prospects. Sweet pea, attracts friends and allies, draws the loyalty and affection of others. Sweet potato, image magic. Sweet grass, calling spirits. Peace, unity. Sweet pea, friendship, chastity, courage, strength. Let's see. Tamarind, love. Tamarisk, exorcism, protection. Tangerine, promotes energy, strength, fidelity. Awakens love, awakens joy, and dissolves negativity. Tansy, health, longevity, invisibility, immortality. Keeps evil out of the home. Place a small amount in the shoe or add an infusion of tansy to the bath to keep the law away. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Tarragon, healing in abuse situations, compassion magic for others, used for consecrating chalices. Tea or tea leaves, riches, courage, strength. Used as the base for lust drinks, burn leaves to ensure future riches. Tea tree, eliminating confusion and increasing harmony. Thistle, strength, protection, hex breaking, healing. Used in sachet or amulet to aid speedy recovery from surgery or illness. That's a superstition. Hang in the home to ward off thieves and unwanted visitors. Or just let out one fart. Thistle, holly. Purification, hex breaking, thistle milk, snake enraging. Thyme, health, healing, sleep, psychic powers, love, purification, courage. Attracts loyalty, affection, and a good opinion of others. Wear a sprig to ward off unbearable grief, or provide strength and courage when needed. Burn or hang in the home for banishing, purification, and to attract good health for all occupants. Use in cleansing baths prior to working candle magic. Use in dream pillows to ward off nightmares and ensure restful sleep. Add a, add a time infusion to the bath regularly to ensure a constant flow of money. Place in a jar, keep in the home or at work for good luck. What's the matter?
There's Betty behind me stretching and sneezing.
Oh, also called garden time, comet time.
Now, outside that, I was just going through the phone,
Uh-huh.
Facebook
Mm-hmm.
that you posted, and we got a lot of people are liking it over there.
Mm.
And there was one named Becky Bean.
Okay.
She's a psychic medium.
Okay.
She has thousands of stories that she would like to share. So I just messaged her through your post that you did.
Okay.
Fortunately, I don't know why it keeps coming up to 71,
I don't either.
but that's okay. And I just told her, I said, I just introduced myself to her as Paramike and told her that, hey, we would love to have you on the show. We would love to hear what you have to say and your stories and stuff like that. I gave her the YouTube channel page. Told her that we're on right now. If she wants to head on over there, I gave her the link. As soon as I see her in the chat, I would love to send her an email with a link and everything to have her join the show, which would be awesome. I just wanted to throw that out there.
It's okay.
And another one that called you a gorgeous sister. I didn't get the name. I forgot to write it down. Can't wait to hear the show.
Okay.
I just want to throw out there. Hopefully we can get Becky Bean on the show. I would love to hear what this woman's got to say.
Mm.
Or what type of story she has. Be awesome.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Oh, neighbor. T. Protection, healing. Toad flax. Protection, hex breaking.
Toe flax?
Toad flax.
Oh, toad flax. FLEX?
AX.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what that is. So TOADFLAX.
Yeah.
Oops. Hit the wrong button. It's a flower.
Yeah.
It's a yellow toad flax, which is a flower. It's yellow. It's also known as LINARIA vulgaris. If I said that right. VULGARIS. And it's a Wisconsin flower.
Uh-huh.
Kind of cool. It's kind of a cool flower.
Toadstool. Rain making.
Mario.
Tobacco. Tobacco. Healing, purification. promotes peace, confidence, and personal strength. Also used for banishing. Mixed with salt and burned with a black candle to win a court case. That's superstition.
Folklore.
Tomato, love spells, tonka bean. Magical uses include rituals and spells for love, wishes, and courage. Worn to gain prosperity and courage. Carried to grant luck and protect from disease and or attract in love. Promotes the accomplishment of goals. Keep on the altar when performing love's magic to enhance intent. Carry in a red flannel bag to attract good fortune and financial success, especially when attending business negotiations or job interviews. A favorite hoodoo good luck charm to make wishes come true.
A red flannel bag. It sounds like a lumberjack lucky bag.
Hmm,
I'm just saying.
it's okay. Also called Tonqua, Tonqua bean, Tonquin bean, wish beans, Co Maria nut.
Most of them that you just said sound like Native American.
Maybe turmeric, purification, turnip, protection, ending relationships, tuberose, wait, true unicorn root, hex breaking, uncrossing, protection against evil and malevolent magic. Sorry, words are hard today. Tuberose, sensuality, serenity, and calming nerves. Brings peace to the mind and heart. Enhances the capability for emotional depth. Add to sachets designed to increase psychic ability. Used in love magic to awaken erotic feelings and attract romance. Wear or carry to attract inspiration. Also called Mistress of the Night. Let's see. Yerva Ursa, psychic workings. Magic uses include increasing intuitive and psychic powers. Great in sachets for this purpose. American Indians use Yuva Ursi in religious ceremonies. Use with caution.
Poisonous!
Can be poisonous, yes.
Can be poisonous?
Yeah.
So basically, if it's a can be poisonous, it's a 50-50 seesaw.
You don't eat it. Also called bearberry, bear's grape, foxberry, crowberry, hog cranberry, kinnick, mealberry, arberry, mountain box, mountain cranberry, sandberry, uva ursa, universe vine. Valerian, love, sleep, purification, protection. Dream magic, reconciliation, love, and harmony. Placed in sachets for love and protection and used in sleep pillows. It is said that having valerian root nearby will settle an argument between a couple. Used to purify sacred space. Used in as a substitution for graveyard dust, dirt or dust in spells. Used in protection baths. Burn for reconciliation and alien relationships, but only when the permission of all parties involved in the relationship. Wear to calm emotions. Also called Valerian Root, All Heal, Garden Heliotrope, Graveyard Dust, Fu, PHU, Setwell, Vendel Root. Vanilla, or Vanilla Bean, Love, Lust, Mental Powers, and Restoring Lost Energy. Carry to increase energy and strengthen mental abilities. Venus Flytrap. Protection, Love.
That word can go either direction.
Yeah. Vervain. Love, protection, purification, and peace. Money, youth, healing, and sleep. Bury in the yard or keep in the home to encourage health, wealth, protect from lightning and storms, and bring peace. Put under the pillow to prevent nightmares. Use as an incense to end unrequited love. Used in prosperity spells. Carry to prevent depression and or creativity. Used in cleansing baths and rituals before working magic. Used in amulets, sachets, dream pillows, and baths for all purpose protection from of home and people, especially children. Also called vervain, verbena, britannica, enchanter's plant, enchanter's herb, herb of sacra, Juno's tears, hollywort, lemon verbena, van, herb of grace, herb of the cross, pigeon's grass, pigeon wood, and simpler's joy. Vervivart draws money and prosperity, love and attraction. Overcomes obstacles, breaks hexes, and repels negativity. Place a small amount in cash registers to increase business. Burn to overcome evil spirits. Also called Koskas. That's Khus.
Couscous or couscous?
Koskas.
Oh, okay, so it's different.
Vetch. Giant. Fidelity. Let's see. Vinegar. Banishing, biting, averting evil. Violet. Protection, luck, love, lust, wishes, peace, healing. Calms the nerves, draws prophetic dreams and visions, stimulates creativity, promotes peace and tranquility. Violet leaf provides protection from all evil. Violet crowns are said to cure headaches and bring sleep. Carry or give the newly married couple or new baby and mother to bring luck to the bearer. Keep a spray of violets on the altar to enhance night magic. Wear the leaves in a green sachet to help heal wounds and prevent evil spirits from making the wounds worse. Also called sweet violet, blue violet, wild violet. Wahoo. That's Wahoo.
Hmm.
Hex breaking, courage, success. Walnut. Health, mental powers, infertility, wishes. Access to divine energy. Bringing the blessings of the gods. Wishes. Watercress. For lunar magic and sex magic. Flax plant. Protection. Wheat. Fertility. Money. And conception. White sage. I believe that's the right one. Nope. Yeah, white sage. Used as an incense for smudging or for purification. White willow bark. Brings blessings of the moon into one's life and guards against negativity and evil forces. Used in healing spells. Willow. Love, divination, protection, healing. Used for lunar magic, drawing and strengthening love, healing, and overcoming sadness. Willow is considered sacred wishing tree. Wear a sprig of willow when facing the death of a loved one. Don't think so. Place on the altar for lunar magic and divination work. Keep a piece of willow in home or business to protect against evil. Also called Acer, Osir, pussy willow, white willow, witch's aspirin, withy, tree of enchantment, Saley, salicin willow, and sauve tree. Wintergreen, protection, healing, hex breaking. Add an infusion to your children's bath to bring them good fortune and luck throughout their lives. Sprinkle an infusion of wintergreen around the area for purification. Let's see. Winter's bark, success. Wistera, raises vibrations, promotes psychic opening, overcomes obstacles, and draws prosperity. Witchgrass, happiness, lust, love, exorcism. Witch hazel, protection, chastity. Carried to ease grief over a lost love. Used in a sachet to reduce passions. Used in love spells to ward off evil. Also called winter bloom, striped alder, spotted alder, hazelnut, snapping hazel, and tobacco wood. Witch's burr adds great power to spells and rituals. Presence of witch's burr is said to defeat any kind of evil force. Witch's grass. Happiness, lust, love, exorcism. Sprinkle around the home for 7 consecutive days to overcome depression, and dispense of petty spirits. Reverses hexes. Also called couch grass, rhizomes, twitch grass, scotch quelch, quick grass, and dog grass. Wolf's bane, protection, invisibility. Wood rose, luck. Wood aloe, protection, consecration, success, and prosperity. Also called lig no, aloes, lignum aloes. Words are hard today. Wood betony. Magical uses include purification, protection, and the expulsion of evil spirits, nightmares, and despair. Excellent for magical healing, protecting against dark fears of the emotions and imagination. A good addition to dream pillows. Carry an amulet to draw love and strengthen the body. Burn to banish disharmony in a relationship. Pass through the smoke of burning wood, betony, at midsummer to purify the body of ills and evils. Burned with any uncrossing incense to defeat witchcraft. It does nothing. Also called betony, bishop's wort, statues, betonica, and Lewis wort. Woodruff, victory, protection, money. Place a pinch in your left shoe before a game, and your team will be victorious. Wormwood, psychic powers, protection, love, calming spirits. Used to remove anger, stop war, inhibit violent acts, and for protection from the evil eye. Carry in vehicle to protect from accidents on dangerous roads. Use incense for clairvoyance to summon spirits or to enhance divinatory abilities. Can be sprinkled in the path of an enemy to bring them strife and misfortune. Not recommended. Remember the law of threes. Note, used with caution can be poisonous. Also called absinthium, green ginger, absinthe, old woman, and crown for a king. Xanthan gum, incense binding agent. Euro flower, or euro. Courage, love, psychic powers, exorcism. Uses include healing, hand fasting, and weddings and divination. Draws love, carry as a sachet or amulet to banish negativity, ward off fear, promote courage, confidence, and psychic opening. Frequently used in marriage charms and love sachets. Said to keep a newly married couple happy for 7 years by keeping their love alive and preventing upsetting influences from entering the relationship. Placed in a yellow flannel bag with a piece of parchment on which you have written your fears. Carry with you to overcome them. Also called bloodwort, death flower, devil's nettle, lady's mantle, soldier's wound wort, thousand leaf, milfoil, carpenter's weed, knight's milfoil, sanguinary, arrowroot, and thousand seal. Yellow evening primrose, hunting. Yellow dock, fertility, healing, and money. Sprinkle an infusion of yellow dock around the place of business to attract customers. Also called curled dock, curly dock, sour dock, narrow dock, guarded patience, and rumex. Herbamate, fidelity, love, lust. War to attract the opposite sex. Spill an infusion of yerba mate on the ground to break off relationship. Also called mate, mate, leaf, and green mate. Herba Santa. Beauty, healing, psychic powers, protection. Carry or use in bath magic to obtain beauty from within and make your body more desirable. Wear around the neck to ward off illness and prevent wounds. Use the leaves in healing or protection incenses. Use in bath water if you feel your sickness has been caused by a hex. Also called consumptive's weed, gum plant, gum bush, bear's weed, bearweed, mountain balm, tarweed, holy herb, and sacred herb. YEW, raising the dead. Protection against evil, immortality, and breaking hexes. Ling Ling, that's YLANG, increases sexual attraction and persuasiveness. Also used for peace, love, and fairy magic. The ones with the wings. Promotes calm, peaceful relaxation and relieves anxiety and depression. Yohimbi, love, lust, virility and fertility, curing impotency, cursing, used in pagan rituals of union. Yucca, transmutation, protection, purification. A cross of yucca fiber placed on the hearth protects the home from evil. Use an infusion of yucca to cleanse and purify the body before magic. Repeat this cleansing afterwards if performing spells to remove curses, hexes, or illness. Rub a slice of yucca root all over your body once a day for 7 days to remove jinxes and hexes. Also called yucca stalk and yucca root. And that's it.
Kind of cool.
Ah,
Kind of cool. Excuse me. Whew. Tough, huh? Yeah. I can keep going with a couple more stories, or
yeah.
we can stop and go have dinner.
Why, you're getting hungry?
Well, I'm being bothered to go eat, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it's behind me again.
Fatty?
Of course.
Okay.
Let's turn on my flashlight for you so you can see. He's right there, hounding me to get off and go eat.
Okay.
Ain't that right, you black bastard? But anyways, what was this again? Northern Sudan. We're gonna take a trip there.
Okay.
And this happens to do with a pharaoh underwater tomb found after 2,300 years.
Uh-huh.
This is about 17 pages long with photos, so I'll try to do what I can do here. Two archaeologists braved diving into a flooded tomb on one of the hottest days in northern Sudan, or Sudan. Sorry. The tomb sits in. I felt like I read this one a long time ago. Why is it coming back up?
I don't know. Maybe there's new stuff.
The tomb sits in Nubia, the land that once belonged to the pharaohs. With their dive equipment ready, Kristen Romney and Pierce Paul Cressman, yeah, I remember these two people, set out on their exploration. They just didn't know what they would find. I remember reading this story before, but I forgot what episode it was.
Mm.
Kristen Rami and Pierce Paul Cressman are both trained underwater archaeologists, so when Romney heard of Cressman's grant to explore a submerged ancient tomb in Sudan, she decided to give him a call and tag along. Neither of them knew what to expect. They were going in blindly. No one had really studied the artifacts within the pyramid of Nairu. What were they going to find is the question. There was a chance that they were too late and grave robbers had already beaten them to the treasures hidden deep within the ancient tombs. You'll never guess what they find. Yeah, this kind of sounds like a story I did a long time back.
Mm.
I just don't remember what episode or if I actually have it. Still. As Romney prepared to dive into very yellow sandstone filled water, something like that would consider to be piss,
Yeah.
a massive clue as to why she was putting herself through the whole ordeal. And it rose over her head in the distance. A pyramid located in the north of Sudan. The pyramid was home to a monarch who once held sway over a vast majority of northern Africa. Romney and Cressman were not looking at the monument, though. They were on a quest to explore something else entirely different. What they found at the bottom of the flooded pyramid is truly astounding. Romney and Cressman weren't diving in the questionable water for fun. Well, who does? They had a destination in mind, a man's tomb. Really? It's not just any man, though. The tomb is the resting place of Nastasen, the late king of Kush. who was buried more than 2,000 years ago. From a trained archaeologist such as Romney, that bit of history was worth diving into the flooded underbelly of the pyramid. She slowly made her way down the rock caved or rock carved staircase into the water. All she had for air was a tube to the surface and a tiny container or canister strapped to her back in case of an emergencies. Would the old tomb be worth the lack of oxygen? No, not at all. I would not want to go down there
Mm-hmm.
with a small little emergency container of oxygen and have a hose up to the freaking surface. There is a thing called drones, underwater submerged vehicles that you can just control and see on a freaking controller and dee. That's more safer. Crispin awaited for Romney at the bottom of the ancient staircase, but he didn't have what one would call good news. He actually had words of caution that he shared before the two ventured any further. It's really deep today. No shit. There's not going to be any headroom in the first chamber. Why? That meant that the two were going to have to make sure they held onto their oxygen tubes and hopefully not have to use their emergency container or canister of air that was strapped to their backs. But when you're underneath an ancient pyramid about to explore a long forgotten tomb, all bets are off.
Mm-hmm.
All bets should never have been taken. A few weeks prior to this expedition, Cressman had explored the tomb of Nastasen by himself. Now, the two of them were going to go down into the three chambers together in hopes of investigating a submerged sarcophagus that had lain untouched for centuries. What were they going to find in there? Probably a pile of dirt. Maybe a mummy saying, "Get the fuck out of my tomb! I'm trying to sleep, you bastards." Before the two archaeologists were able to reach the chambers, Cressman pointed out that they first had to shimmy through an opening about no larger than a TV set. What type of TV set can you shimmy your body through? I'd like to know that one. That's not exactly something a person wants to do while they're chest deep in murky water underneath an ancient pyramid. Yeah, because that fucker could fall. The tomb the two archaeologists were exploring is located in Nurai. The site stretches over nearly 200 acres of land and houses around 20 pyramids that were constructed from 650 BC to 300 BC. Nurai is also close to the east of the Nile River, so the pyramids are prone to flooding. No shit. NASTASEN pyramid base is a 100-foot square that sits on top of a level patch of ground at low elevation. Being a mile from the river, the pyramid is most likely to flood. No shit. As a result, the three chambers of the pharaoh's tomb are submerged in water. Well, I guess the pharaoh became a fish. What type of fish? I wouldn't know. The string of 20 pyramids marks the burial grounds of the Kishite, if I said that right, or Kishites, royals, the black pharaohs, who operated a vessel. Of course, this is spelt wrong. It's vassals on the southern edges of the Egyptian empire. The pharaohs emerged triumphant during the political chaos that followed the demise of the new kingdom of Egypt. And from 760 BC to 650 BC, five Kushites pharaohs ruled all of Egypt. During their rule, the pharaohs built grand structures up and down the Nile River, reviving or reviving some of the religious practice of the old Egyptian empire. One such practice was constructing pyramids to bury their kings beneath. Yes, something like that would be like, we don't want the ghost of him coming back. Sorry. And of course, sirens. Yay. Just what we don't need to happen, but it happens. The pyramids of Nauru remain relatively unexplored throughout history. Since underwater archaeology had yet to be attempted in Sudan, there was no safe way for archaeologists to explore the underbelly of the tombs. The first person to try breaching the burial chambers was George Reisner, an American archaeologist who specialized in ancient Egypt and its burial history. Reisner was easily able to explore tombs within the pyramids of Giza, which housed ancient royals, but all of the discovered at the Nurai was that the pharaohs were buried underground and that their tombs were flooded. Yeah, I think I've done this story before, but I don't think there's anything new. Yeah, there's nothing really new to the story. So, okay. I'm not going to put that story back up again. But we do have another abandoned ship, except this one is marked. This abandoned ghost ship was hiding a secret. With water lapping at its creaking hull, abandoned casino cruise ship has an intrigue or intriguing tale to tell. Far removed from from its designate heyday when guests flocked to gamble the night away. Really, we're going to start rhyming now in a story? Come on. It now stands deserted, yet its eerie interior still contains discarded roulette wheels and slot machines, frozen in time from when that was Paralor's cat Batty, which you guys saw in the intro, the podcast Kitty intro. He was the full black one, which is her baby, bitching for her to go eat now. So, unfortunately, since he wants us to go eat, I will do these other stories another day. And the other one I did before.
Okay.
I did remember it. So, there was really no new information. I don't even know why it showed back up. I thought it had more information, but it doesn't. But I'll do this abandoned ghost ship was hiding a secret on another story, another day, and everything. Which means I still have, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more to do, which will be another day. Or another podcast show, episode 73, I believe, for it. And come on. My mouse is being stupid. God, I hate when that happens. And now YouTube's being stupid. It's all the way back to where you got up and left. What the hell? Oh, we're going to have this.
I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. That's where it started being stupid, when you got up and went that way. I just had to put it all the way back to where we are right now. Freaking YouTube. God damn system. And outside of that, it doesn't help with a wireless little stubby card that keeps going, duh. I don't know how much longer that thing's going to last. I might have to buy a new wireless for the system. Yay! Desktop wireless. Yeah, brand new one. But anyways, that does it for myself and Miss Paralore.
Right.
It is 10 o'clock on February 11th, Saturday night. We've had 2 viewers, 1 love, and a bunch of likes, hugs, and caring from our Facebook page that Paralore put out. Hopefully, Paralore can get a hold of Becky Bean, the psychic medium, and have her on our show and everything. Or hopefully I did, and we'll see what happens on the next show, which I have no clue when that's going to happen, to be honest with you. Because all next week is going to be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at it, I have to go to the local hospital early in the freaking morning, which is going to suck. Which is the 21st, Tuesday of this month. The 22nd, I have to go to the local cancer center to give blood.
Mm-hmm.
No. Then Paralore's got to go to the cancer center, where I go to get some more iron injection because she's losing iron again. They still can't figure out why, which is ridiculous. Then the 24th, which is Friday, I get to go back to the cancer center to see the doctor early in the morning. I don't like early morning appointments. I like afternoons. Because if I don't have my coffee, which I call fuel, I am the hugest asshole you don't want to see on a podcast show. And outside of that, Monday coming up, it's going to be interesting. Paralore has an appointment at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Plus, we also have to go food shopping that day. That's going to be fun. Not really. Um, March. It's going to be a playful month. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know when we're going to do it. But um, since it's the 11th, I'm looking at maybe the 11th of March for
Okay.
episode, was it 72, 73 maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. Um, we would have to wait and see what will happen. You know that in March 12th is daylight saving time begins, so we get to have more light again. Uh, St. Patrick's Day. Well, we all know the Irish likes to get drunk on that day. Don't know if we should do a podcast show for that day.
Don't know.
That will be up to Paralore to figure out if she wants to do St. Patrick's Day podcast show where we can drink. And if you guys want to join in, you can drink with us. Be cool. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. We could probably do one on the 11th of March, but who knows?
Yeah.
Due to the fact that the first of this month, starting all the way up to now, was fucking nuts. I've been on the go ever since. You've been on the go ever since.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that payday was on hump day for the beginning of this month, it's payday on hump day next month. So from the 1st to the 10th, God knows what's going to fucking happen and everything. And then the 11th, we might be able to do a podcast show of episode, if I could spell podcast right. My C is about to go into it as an S, so it'll be PODSAST. 73. I'm going to mark that as a question mark for that day. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So we want to say thank you. Enjoy the show. If you will, if you're just trying to tune in, we're about to go off, so you can watch the entire show back. We want to say thank you to Jay Campbell for the love heart that she gave us. I don't know if you can see it on your screen.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you have left to do?
I'm all set.
That's it?
Yeah. That's it for the herbs.
Wow. Well, what about the stuff that you were writing down? Are you still going over that?
Yeah.
Okay. There was something else we were supposed to do.
Oh.
I forgot. But hopefully Paralor's brother will be on with us next month if
Hopefully.
everything works out right. If not, oh well. And hopefully we can get some more guests on our show for free. Because, like I said, Becky being here, being a psychic medium, and she's got stories to share, I'm intrigued.
Very.
I'm intrigued. And I guess she's one of your friends on Facebook or something.
I don't know who she is. She's not. She might be from one of the other groups I'm in.
Yeah, so try to see what group she's in, and if she's in the group that you're in, try to contact her and tell her to come on the show. It'll be awesome.
Didn't you already do that?
Well, I Facebooked her from the 71 episode that she went on. So I don't know. I gave her the email address, EPPS2021 at gmx.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if she's going to email us or email the show for one of us or not. I don't know. I just have to keep my eyes out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that does it for us for tonight. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking our YouTube channel. Facebook definitely blew up on episode 71, which was awesome. Hopefully, we could do that again. I don't know if I want to continue doing live streams on Facebook due to the fact that they're fucking up the time again. And um, when we put the notification, or when I put the notification out through StreamYard Studio, they keep fucking it up. I put 72, they put 71, and I posted this one about like 1 o'clock the other day,
Yeah.
and I set it for 7 o'clock tonight, and the damn thing said, "Oh, it's going to be live on this day that I sent it out at exactly 4 o'clock." So if I do episode 73 for March when I post it, and it says something different again, Facebook is going to not have live stream videos on it anymore.
Yeah.
Just the notification and the link to our YouTube channel only. So if you're watching on our Facebook page, which is public,
Yeah.
I want you guys to keep a lookout for. Let's see if I can do it here as a banner. Um, all right, guys, I'll do this real quick. Wow. My O became a P after the Y for YouTube. Slash LIVE or highlight this one. Okay. So on Facebook, when the posting just happens, you guys are going to be looking for either the first one. It says youtube.com/at EPPS2021 /live, or the other one right over there. Let me put myself in here. Or this one here, which says stream at the end of it. So either one would work. But that's what you guys will see on our Facebook page only. And for you guys being on there, when you see that, you go over to the YouTube channel of ours. I want you guys to subscribe. It is free. Hit the like button so we know you like our show. And turn on that notification bell. Hit that bell on so this way here, when we post it, you guys get it. Head on over to YouTube and hit that like button. We need 1,000 likes. We need more subscribers than just, I think it was at 13 last I saw.
I don't know.
I believe. Let me check. Open up a new window. Check. Let me check. Yep, 13 subscribers. So we need a lot more subscribers. Definitely need a lot. So our YouTube channel could be an official one and everything. So good night, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be for you. And we will see you in March, probably 11th, but stay tuned and keep a lookout for our notification on Facebook of when we are actually going to do the show. So,
Bye.
good night.